Never seen you. Take my advice. Move on. Get off-world if you can. If you can't, I've been halfway around T1. Monarch, they call it now. Been around it twice. Stood at the hot pole and the cold. Nothing on this moon for nobody. Just a lot of heartbreak. A great many things. I'll tell you what. You want to listen to an old man ramble? There might be a job in it for you. I used to run with a squad of mercenaries here. Good folk. Fella named Lamont introduced me. Thing is, I ain't seen them in an Stands to reason they got themselves... Oh, sure. I was with them when the corps were leaving Monarch. Hell of a time, that. We split ways around the time this twice-fucked moon got abandoned. Thing is, I got myself some fond memories. We had some keepsakes of ours we kept in a lockbox, and I've been thinking about seeing it found. Thereabouts. I'll be glad for it, but I ain't stupid. This planet tends to get people killed. I just want some closure. Getting on in years, kid. Legs ain't working like they used to. Sulfur burns a little too long in the lungs. This joint's looking like my last home. Appreciate it, kid. I'll mark an outpost on your map. You spend a lot of time out there. Might be a good place to start. Here's a key.
Greetings, friend. All right. I'm sorry. As long as it's been, I'd still rather not speak of it. That was a painful day for us all. It's fine. Perhaps someday I'll be strong enough to recall that tragedy, but today is not that day. The Iconoclasts are free folk. We live under our rules, motivated by our own beliefs, all petals on... Meanwhile, the board strangles the will of its workers. It is the penultimate exercise of a poisoned society where people are enslaved. We seek to replace their way of life with ours. This is not anarchy. Society requires structure, Captain. It is just that the board's structure is killing the colony. Awakening is available to all whose minds are...
I would like to know what you think Bakonu meant when he wrote, Your work is to discover the truth, and then with all your heart, give yourself to it.
Ah, how refreshing to have a scholar among us. Bakonu's text simply refers to our entire purpose, assisting the universe in realizing its own truth. Let it guide us as it will.
It refers to giving oneself over to the plan. It is not some paean to an invisible creator in the sky.
Were there a truth to the grand plan in the first place, I and Bakonu might agree. But what we see as divine purpose is just one facet of the universe figuring itself out. To quote, "As a child looking at the leg of an elephant, unable to view it whole, we mistake the tiny scope of our understanding as the unfathomably large purpose of the universe."
You're not completely full of shit, I'll give you that. Even if you do twist things beyond recognition to suit your own beliefs.
Apologies. The occasion to speak to other scholarly men does not come here often. Ah, the eternal. We are all part of the consciousness of the cosmos. Each of us plays a tiny role in the universe's continual journey toward understanding itself. You and I, and the rats and the mantis swarms. Divinity is in us all, and the eternal is that divinity. Everyone, regardless of ability to believe, is another facet of the universe contemplating its own existence.
Ability to believe. I think you mean inability to tell fantasy from truth, which rules out any knowledgeable scientician.
Let us be clear. Neither of us can lay claim to being knowledgeable on this topic. It is a matter of belief. It is not as if OSI has gone and proven anything. Regardless, not in the sense of a single entity. Fashioning the universe came into being over time, organically, naturally, and without, in that sense, I suppose you could say that, in the interest of finding its purpose, the universe itself created all living things.
The universe doesn't need to find its purpose. It is a mathematically perfect equation that gives mankind purpose.
That we'd consider ourselves in any way capable of understanding the universe, much less an equation that drives it, is nothing but hubris. The point of no return. When your mind fully opens to the eternal truth. Every philosophist experiences it along the path to enlightenment. For many, it is the first brush with the cold of death, when they realize that all of their lives have boiled down into the single truth of that moment. Mine was witnessing my friend and colleague transform into the very evil we sought to combat. Now he runs MSI just like the overlords before him. I suppose that's one way to look at it. Another is that misfortune often brings opportunity. I found my path through the tragedies of my past. All right. Why have you come? Ah, Nyoka!
Damned philosophists.
The folk.
May the law have mercy on you. I won't.
And we're alive. Nicely done.
This factory offers the loveliest aromas. Like if you cook borscht over a sulfur pit. Here they come!
That's one down.
Libations on me, folks.
I smite you in the name of the law. Got him. I've had quite enough of you! Trouble works. That's the last of them.
That thing crashed a long time ago. It ain't gonna fly again, so don't go getting funny ideas.
Sometimes violence is the only way! They were destined to die!
Everyone all right?
Understood. I'll keep my head down. This town must have looked mighty grand when it was built.
This is what you get when a corporation takes a dump and walks off without cleaning it up.
survival.
Great work. Easy.
Here they come.
Work, Captain.
Love a good fight.
mess with us! Nicely done. This is Rizzo's lab, all right. Place has more dust than sweetener now.
Proximity alert. Biology human. Protocol kill all plants. Suspended. Present your attempting to disengage security priming weapon. Executive level password accepted. As identification be advised. Mantisaur threat level is petrifying purple berry. Please use caution. Mantisaur wounds are not covered at April.
Watch out. Someone's moving around the place.
Halt.
Here they come. Ain't working. Too tough. Nice one. We're done here.
Going silent.
Careful, you're hurt.
yourself, Captain, quick!
Watch out! Max is falling!
Cap, we can use this ventilation system to... Gloriously showering prey in high-velocity shells is quite thrilling, I'll admit. But it ain't cheap. It stains my spirit to say it, but... Manosaurs need an oxygen-rich environment. More than we do. We drop the oxygen levels a bit, we can suffocate them. Here, see? Done. Won't be but a minute before they're all rolling around, desperately trying to figure out why they're dying. The more you study your prey, the less chance they surprise you. And I hate surprises.
Nice work!
Nice. You make it look so easy. I usually just kick them down.
Survival of the fittest indeed. This is the part where I take over, Captain. I am enthusiastic. Aha! Got it. Easy as mock apple. You can say that again. Except for the last part. Do not call me that. On pain of death.
I like to see you try and...
Careful, you're wounded!
Used to be, you can get the best wine on Monarch here.
Not much of a sweet tooth myself. Indulgences like Rizzo's were frowned upon in my household. May the law have mercy on you! I won't!
To shreds, you said?
I've had quite enough of you! The strong survive and the weak perish.
Score, Cap!
By the law, we are unstoppable. Never anger a man of the cloth!
Covering you!
Down they go!
Don't mess with us.
Here we go.
Their death, our survival.
If I hear you say survival of the fittest one more time, I'm gonna lose it. Survival's about
Sam, I must confess, I have not been cleaned for far too long. You're sure this... Welcome back, Cap. See you soon. Our fuel cells are now primed with Alta Vitae gas. As the organics say, let us hope we do not... explode.
Between you and me, Preacher, I don't think we can trust Sam.
Well, I see you've had...
Sir,
Forgive me, Celia. Anyway? Oh, yes. I'm going to be up all night with this. All those blanks waiting to be filled, boxes waiting to...
try to control yourself.
Have you any idea how powerful this is? Corporations have been toppled with But that's exactly what this is. The world isn't changed with guns and speeches, much as Graham and his followers would like to think, but rather with
And the dissemination of the proper ideals and information to those in the highest echelon of society.
On the contrary, and the bill of liquidation/transfer Form 52 is one of the most formidable pieces of data entry in all of how...
It's true. One of the old execs gave herself a stroke trying to fill out the exemption.
For our part, a bill of liquidation/transfer Form 52 will protect our holdings on Monarch by temporarily assigning them to a pass-through entity once we drop our bomb on the ball.
What Mr. Nandi means is that we have some rather momentous information to deliver to the board. Or we will, with your help.
I have reason to believe that one of the other corporations is operating on Monarch, illegally and in...
Mr. Nandi may be correct. If the masses learn that the board disregards their own ordinances, it'd give rise to dissent. MSI could use this information to their advantage.
If we can find proof, I can use that as leverage to encourage certain powers that be to accept our Bolt 52 and... You really think... I admit, I've been hatching this scheme for quite some time. I just needed someone capable to help me carry it out. If someone is operating here, then Catherine's almost certainly supplying them out of Fallbrook. Perhaps she could be convinced to tell you where they are. Oh, I am at... But as much as I love your can-do attitude and dangerous gravitas, Catherine handles all of our shipment. So it would be best if you could leave her in one piece. Of course, I didn't mean to make assumption. Once you, subtly work out where this corporate facility might be, bring back proof of its operation. Maybe some nice letterhead. Or someone working there. That would do it. Ha! I knew you! You weren't supposed to look. I asked you to... Oh, yes. No doubt so. This has been my I give MSI everything. My work, my in charge of a scrap heap of a city. Abandoned by the board and surviving only through the hypocrisy. I hadn't thought of it that way. Thank you. You think we're the problem? Have you even heard the nonsense?
Unfortunately, it's hard to have not heard it around.
It isn't easy keeping a town like Stellar Bay afloat, especially without the board's backing. We need that frequency to reach our trading partner. Indeed. That's why it's imperative that MSI be If we can find proof that one of the companies on the board is also active on Monarch, that'll give me... You have my...
Nope.
someone's...
Saw me trip over that, right?
I'd give you a friendlier welcome, but
We spat in your spirit.
you notice my mood?
I could be seeing triple and I'd still think you're being unkind.
Will you try wrangling half a ton of dead fish with decades-old equipment and see what it does? Anyway, that he's got his load on and I'm stuck covered. That's... wow. Oh, sure. Because Monarch's just teeming with that. Still, it's good to know something.
I wonder sometimes what they're doing on other colonies.
Uh-huh.
Think they're watching the same serials, following the same tossball games? Your word, are you?
Look, my bag aches and
Who the fuck are
everything
you?
smells like
This ain't your alley.
Hey! What are you... Berta already pissed, but... Listen, that purple... And not that it's any... Oh yeah? What do you say? Wow. Most of the pencil pushers around here cave as soon as you look at them funny. Fine.
Thank you again for retrieving... Anyway? But that's I'm glad to hear you've dealt with them. They've been causing... I've been consumed with other matters of late, but I would... Of course I would have. Still, your intervention in the matter is much appreciated. Please consider this payment for your services.